In 1965, Hungarian teacher Laszlo Polgar had one crazy idea. He said that geniuses aren't born and that they're made. And to prove this statement, he did one of the weirdest experiments. He took his three children, Sophia, Judith, and Susan, and instead of putting them in the traditional educational system, he started teaching them chess. Their entire house was filled with pictures of famous chess players and obviously chessboards. Their entire library had 10,000 plus chess books in it. And the only visitors who came were either famous chess players or famous chess coaches. And you can guess what happened. With this type of approach, with this environment that's dedicated towards chess and with proper accountability from their side, the youngest daughter, Judith Polgar, became the world's number one ranked female chess player for 27 years. She became a grandmaster. The middle child, Sophia, was a world champion at the age of 14, and within 4 years, she became a grandmaster. And the youngest child, Susan, started playing chess at the age of 4 and started beating adults within the first 3 months. This proved that geniuses aren't born and that they're made. And all of this was not because of their talent or that they were born with a lot of curiosity and wisdom. No, this was just because of two things: their environment and the accountability. And if this approach can turn normal three children into chess champions and geniuses, then I'm pretty sure that this approach can make you 10x more productive into your business and scale it to the next level. In today's video, I'll explain to you the real impact of accountability that happened in my life and that helped me take my business to the next level. And I'll give you specific actionable tips so that you too can implement this approach into your life and your business and take it to the next level as well. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Arjun. I do this for a living. I help entrepreneurs redesign their environment so that they can focus more on their business while working less and scale their output and revenue to the next level. These are some of the client results that I get. If you're interested, go down to the first and second link in the description. First is a VSL where I've put out what my offer is, and the second is just a results page showing multiple client success stories. And if you want more proof, head down to the second link in the description. Now, you see, most entrepreneurs blame themselves for their inconsistency. Like they say things like, okay, I can't stay motivated, I can't stay disciplined. But the truth that I realize is that motivation is temporary. It's like an emotional state. It's like when you listen to some YouTube Shorts music and you start trying to act on your business. Okay, you think, okay, wow, I'm going to take this next level, I'm going to be the boss and all of that, and you actually do things. But it is an emotional state. And if you know anything about emotions, they change over time. Some days you're motivated, some days you're unmotivated. But what can help you even more than this is relentless accountability. And accountability, because it beats willpower every single time. Willpower, motivation, discipline, all of it is internal things. And once you resist temptation once, or once you resist a distraction once, it kind of goes away, right? It's a limited resource in short. But accountability is external. When there is someone else or a group of people who are keeping you accountable towards one goal, it's not internal anymore, it's external. Let's say like I tell you that you have to post content 3 times a week today. Okay, now your internal motivation and discipline doesn't matter. I'm going to keep you accountable and ensure that you post 3 pieces of content today. So what can happen is motivation can be low, but me being there or a peer group being there or another entrepreneur being there keeps you consistent in an external manner. And that external motivation, the external accountability that someone gives you is super powerful than the internal motivation that you have. And the next benefit of accountability is that it kind of makes good behavior more consistent. It reinforces good behavior, you can say. Like, for example, when you report progress over and over again to one person, you kind of see that, damn, I'm doing a lot. And I didn't recognize this until I had an accountability partner. So normally in my business, I thought that, okay, I'm like, okay, I'm making the videos, I'm talking to the clients, I'm making some money, like it's all right. Like, it's not that big. But once I started having an accountability partner, once I started telling him, yeah, bro, I did this much work today. I had this win today. Oh, I had this problem today. And once you look back at that chart, or once you look back at the records, you'll see that you're way more disciplined than you think you are. You'll see that you're way more consistent than you think you are. And when you report progress, that type of good behavior becomes rewarded and becomes consistent. So showing up becomes of a habit, like showing up and working on your business and getting the wins becomes a habit, and it's less about a struggle. It's less about a thing that happens once in a while. Very often we are our biggest critics, and we often make our own mental health bad, which reduces our productivity. But when you have an accountability partner who encourages you when you win, who gives you feedback when you lose, and when you look back at the chat and see how consistent you have been, it reinforces the good behavior, which eventually lets you level up your business to the next level. This happened to me personally because I was always critical of myself. I thought, okay, I'm not doing good enough, I'm not posting enough content, this video isn't good, I've only these many clients, I've not made much money. But when you look back at the chart, when you actually see the records of what you've been doing on a daily basis, it really makes a big change. One more big belief that many people had is that they think peer pressure is a bad thing. But for me, if the peer pressure is coming from the type of person who you want to be like, how can it be a bad thing? Let's say you want to go to the gym and you want to get a good physique. If there's another fitter person who's more muscular, who's more healthier, who's more active than you, and they're peer pressuring you into going to the gym and actually get jacked, is that a bad thing? Like at the end of the day, what is your goal? Get active, get healthy, get muscular. And where is he right now? He's active, he's healthy, and he's muscular. So if he's peer pressuring you to get into the next level, what's wrong with that? You see, the standards of the winners, when you surround yourself with winners, or you have a group of people supporting you, and if their standards are very high, it kind of rubs off on you, and you automatically get to their level, or you want to get to their level. And that's why you see people pay like thousands of dollars for masterminds and for group sessions and all of that. And it's because once you're in a group of winners, people are willing to level up to the next level, and it kind of automatically rubs off on you. It's a very interesting thing. There was a MIT teacher called Massimo, I'm not sure. And what's funny is that out of the class that he astronomy class that he taught, okay, 4 out of the 10 students became astronauts. Think about that. Okay, like the chance of becoming an astronaut is 1 in 18 million. Okay, but in his class, 4 people became NASA level astronauts. Think about that. So what actually happened is that when the entire class is focusing and has set a high standard for themselves that they're going to become astronauts, they kind of rub off each other. They kind of feel that, okay, we're going to share traits, they share values, they work towards a common goal. And when that type of accountability happens, you get extreme results. And another reason why I love accountability is that it prevents invisible failures. You see, most of us, our failure is not visible. Okay, like we lost some money, fine. Okay, we lost a client, fine. Okay, we didn't perform, fine. But 9 times out of 10, the failures that we experience, it's not very visible. We fail silently. Like we make excuses. We don't do work for one day, and no one really notices, including us. We say, okay, I have this problem. Okay, this person came, life got in the way. I can't do the work, and all of a sudden we don't do the thing, and that is a silent failure of not doing the deep work. But when you have an accountability partner to help you with it, it becomes extremely different. With accountability, all the failures are visible. When someone says, okay, you have to send out 10 cold DMs by the end of today, and you send only one, and you say, okay, bro, I had life got in the way, my mom did this, something else happened. And then you're like, shit, I was supposed to send 10, I sent 1, this failure is very visible, my accountability partner is saying that I need to get better. So those invisible failures where we silently sabotage our business without even us noticing it, when you have an accountability partner or an accountability group, it's super noticeable. It's very critical that it kind of triggers corrective action. Okay, with accountability, when the failures are visible, the corrective action to reduce those failures are very visible. And it's often when you're working alone, it kind of goes away. And I realize that a lot of entrepreneurs have this lone wolf mentality. Like they think that they should grind alone and this journey is alone. This journey is very hard and they're going to do it alone. But what's funny is that as humans, our ancestors, they never worked alone. They always knew that the lone wolf would die and only the tribe would survive. So why do we incorporate that into the modern world? Why do we think isolation is isolation is very sigma, isolation is very cool type of thing? It's not. When you work together and you progress towards goals together, when you talk about your goals and everyone pushes you forward, isn't that a much more wholesome, better experience than just being alone and working on your business alone? That's why you see the biggest entrepreneurs out there, okay, whether online Alex Hormozi, Mr. Beast, or all of them always understand the power of network and accountability, and that they genuinely invest and they take money and they pay money for this thing. Whereas all the entrepreneurs you see who are at a below level, okay, they're not making much money, their business is not good, they're operating alone, they're operating in isolation, and they're operating in the lone wolf mentality, which is super bad. And a fix to that is getting an accountability group and getting an accountability partner. Now, how do we actually bring this approach into our life? As an entrepreneur, how can you implement this into your life so that you can actually become super accountable? It's simple. Create an accountability community or join an accountability group. Okay, it's simple. Like either you find someone who's ahead of you or in the same level as you in the business, and you just text them and say, hey bro, I think we should be accountability partners and then we should keep each other in check like almost daily. I think we should just report wins and feedback or losses to each other. Does that sound like a bad thing? When you have someone who is ahead of you, preferably, but even at the same level as you, you can exchange ideas, you can exchange information, you can exchange value to each other. And even more than that, the mental benefit of having someone to check, okay, I have to report to this person. Okay, my task has to finish so I can flex on this to this person. I have to, oh, I got this win. I can't wait to celebrate it with this person. When you have that type of accountability, do you think you'll stop making progress? Do you think you can stop making excuses if you go into an accountability group like that? Trust me, your excuses will stop and your progress will increase way more. And when a good thing happens, you will be way more fulfilled when you celebrate it with someone else. So either join an accountability group or create and find a person who can be an accountability partner for you. And another thing that it's kind of, if you don't want to do that, you can use social pressure. So remember, everyone said like write down your goals and stick it on the wall. Well, the hidden benefit is that other people in your surroundings see it. Your family sees it. Other people, whether your co-workers, anyone in your environment, they'll see it and they'll hold you accountable for it. For me, when I was studying for my exams, I wrote 99% and stuck it on the wall over here. And when my family saw, they're like, "Oh, you're trying for 99%." And then I'm like, "Yeah." So all of a sudden, before it was just me telling myself that I should get 99% of boards. But then now my family is watching me and they're seeing when every single time I slack off, every single time I go and watch Netflix or I go for football and I don't study, my family is low-key keeping me accountable. They're like, okay, you told you're going to get 99, why are you doing this? So it kind of makes sense with that. The fear of public failure is stronger than private failure. Okay, if you fail publicly, you feel very embarrassed, you feel very ashamed. If you fail privately, you're like, okay, man, it happened. But so that's why we should use public accountability. Okay, you make public commitments with your friends, your family, social media, anything, and tell that, okay, I'm going to hit this goal by this time. Okay, and even if they don't check up on you, you yourself will slowly feel that social pressure. For me, once I got on the channel a bit, I told my friends, okay, I'm going to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And now I can't stop thinking about it because the year is going to end in few months and I still need around 3,300 subscribers to hit the 10k goal. So I'm not going to stop making these videos. Whenever I think of slacking, whenever I think of, okay, you know what, this idea is not that good, this script is not that good, I'll stop, remember this public accountability promise I've given, and I'll actually go ahead and take action on it. So weaponize social pressure, weaponize public commitments, and having that public accountability when a group of people is watching you, that pressure creates real action. And more than that, kind of try to gamify our progress. Like I have a habit tracker over here and you can kind of track the streaks. And over here I have meditation journal traffic, which is either make one piece of content, whether it's Twitter, whether it's school, or whether it's YouTube. And along with that, I also have to work on the business daily. And that's one of the habit trackers over here. So it kind of like, you can track streaks and milestones, and consistency naturally becomes better when you know that you're a consistent person. Like think about this. If you think, okay, I'm not a consistent person, let's see what I can do. You're not going to be consistent anyways. But then if you can kind of rewind the belief that, okay, I am a consistent person, I'm going to not miss the habit tracker today. I'm going to have a streak for a long period of time. When you kind of have that type of mindset and you mark it down every single day, it kind of makes you a person who believes that you're consistent. Okay, everything is based on identity. Okay, there's a famous quote, right? There's the man who thinks he can't do it, and there's the man who thinks he can, and both of them are right. Understand that? So if you think you're not a type of consistent person, I don't think you'll be consistent. But if you try to rewire your belief and say, okay, I wasn't consistent before, but from now onwards, I am a consistent person. I'm going to make a habit tracker and I'm going to fill it in every single day. I'm going to track my milestones, track my wins, celebrate the small wins that I have publicly. And all of a sudden, you'll see yourself make way more progress. So at the end of the day, what I believe is that accountability is something that is missing in the modern world. Accountability and network and peer group. That type of environment that you create will take you to the next level. When you have public pressure, when you actually have someone to keep you in check, someone that celebrates your wins when you win, someone that gives you feedback on your losses, someone that calls you out when you're failing silently, I believe that every entrepreneur needs that, and every entrepreneur can make way more progress if they have an accountability group with them. Now, if you want personalized accountability from me, if you want me to push you and text you on WhatsApp and check your progress and celebrate your wins and give you feedback and call you out when you make excuses, and make sure that you actually follow on the things that you told yourself that you'll do and actually move the needle forward and take your business to the next level, you might be interested in the 28-day program that I call the E3 protocol. If you're interested in that, watch the video over here. And if you're still confused or still don't believe that I can deliver good results, head on to the second link in the description, where I show you all the video testimonials, all the client screenshots, all the results that my clients have got to prove that I can deliver good client results. So if you're interested in that, head out to the link in the description or watch this video. And in short, just remember, environment is your superpower. It can either pull you back and ruin your business and ruin your life, and a good environment can actually supercharge your business and take it to the moon. So with that note, I'll end this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.